Well, welcome back to the Piney Woods Homestead, y'all. Today we are going to take some of those 16-foot yellow pine logs. I brought a second load in several days ago. Then we had a week of rain, which I kind of needed to break anyways. But we're going to load them with the excavator onto the mill because these are just really too big for the Kubota L2501 to handle. And weight and length, it's just not safe. I can pick them up and move them around a little bit, but not safe trying to traverse through here and get them on the mill. So the excavator comes in handy for that. Guys, thanks for stopping in at the Piney Woods Homestead. We'll probably do a little bit of milling and probably check on the garden too, because Lisa has been down there working, repairing all of that damage to her tomato plants and getting some new ones in the ground. Guys, again, thanks for stopping in. Let's get into it. That's a big log. That's about as big as I care to mill. Lengthwise and diameter. I didn't put a tape on it, but it's probably pushing 24. I can get a bigger diameter log on there, up to 30, the manufacturer says, but really it's about 28 from my experience. But that's as big as I care to mess with, because remember, this is a manual mill. So y'all, it's actually the log. I took a look at it with a log scale before I got started. On the narrow end, it's 19 inches. On the butt end of the log, it's 22. So I was pretty close, but that's a good sized log. That's about as big as I care to do manually. And we'll speed this thing up a little bit, get this thing into a cant, and then we're gonna cut some true dimension 2x6s out of this thing. Oh, sneezing. Y'all can probably tell from even on time lapse why I really don't like doing 16 footers this big. It's just hard. I could use the excavator, pluck them off, and I have in the past, but sometimes it takes more time to get the excavator over, set them off, flip them, stage them again, and it does just manhandle it. I use a piece of PVC, and I got an old coffee can on the other side. Help slip it when the cant is so big that it didn't want to go over the stops back there. But going to be a little bit of weight on some of this. Can't help it. They're so big, these logs, and I'm trying to maximize and get the man as much as I can in 2x6s, and he said I don't care if there's some weight. It ain't going to affect this because I'm overkill on it anyways. Flip this thing over and we'll get it cut into 2x6s. I've tried to get real good at when I'm doing this really big stuff. Just unloading that manual mill with the forks, it just takes a little finesse. That way I don't have to handle it quite as much as is required. $256 board feet out of that one log. That's pretty good yield, and only a couple of the boards ended up with some wane on them. And they are true 2x6s, y'all. The stuff you can't buy in the store. Yellow pine, freshly milled, freshly felled. Man's gonna build a barn with it, I believe. And he's got another load or two for me to get, but after I'm done with these 16 footers, y'all, I ain't messing with them no more. Not that I can't do it. It's just, it's getting harder on this old boy. Anyways, guys, if you have a fender trailer like we have, you can turn it into a deck over pretty easy. The fella I'm delivering to has forks on his skid steer, and he can unload just guiding him in there so he don't eat up the fenders and stuff. But I just put some 6x6s down and a couple of 2x4s on top to get it up high enough. And then instead of running full stickers all the way across, I know how far his forks can reach, so I just cut stickers on halves. That way he can come over to one side of the trailer, pick up half of the load at one time, go over to the other side, get the other. And once this thing is cinched down with some good 2-inch straps, it doesn't move going down the highway. It's a little bit of work getting it set up to do that, but I like a fendered trailer for hauling equipment. Sometimes I wish I had a deck over, but hey, here's a cheap homemade deck over. I ain't gonna go down to the garden today. I'm taking a break, and I'm gonna go down there and tell Lisa to take one too. Guys, we hope you have a good day, a great week. Lord willing and the creek don't rise too high. We will see you on the next one. And the next one, we're gonna take you down to the garden and show off all the cleanup and repair that Lisa and I have done, mostly Lisa down there today, restoring some plants. Y'all have a good day. We'll see you on the next one.